that's just two of many stories that you'll hear that's coming back to this area. And I don't know if some from Jackson County, but that's who we asked to come to speak. Now, like I said earlier, we talked to Major Woods at Martin County Sheriff's Office at the correctional facility down there about the in-jail program that they have, because Dunklin is in Martin County. They have 4 people that come from Dunklin over to the jail and that program. So John and I was talking about this needs to go kind of hand in hand with us who have jails, or if we could get that into jails in the other counties. If we do have something here, there's only a 90-day program, and I'll let Brother George speak of that a little more in depth, that they might need to come out and go a little further in the program outside if we have something we can get this started up here in this area. But this is the only thing that's going to break this cycle, gentlemen. The only thing. And Brother George, come on. And he'll give us a little brief overview of Martin County, and then any questions, we'll start asking questions.
My name's Ryan George. I thank you guys for the opportunity to come up here today. I'm from Bonifay. 3 years ago, I was the top 10 most wanted in Dothan, Alabama. Had charges in Florida and Alabama for methamphetamine. I was addicted to meth for 12 years. 5 of those years I was a cook. But the Lord saved me and set me free from all that. I did not get to go to Dunklin. My head was a little too hard. When Jeep and I had a conversation at Pizza Hut that day, I was so full of myself, and I didn't even know if I wanted to change my life. I got sentenced to the Keaton House in Panama City, but I had a godly counselor, a mighty woman of God, that showed me that there was only one way that I would survive my addiction, that I would become the man that I was called to be and I was supposed to be, and that was if I had a relationship with the Lord. I completed the program, and I've been living for the Lord ever since. He's called me to jail ministry. I've been going into the Holmes County Jail for about 9 months now. The Lord called me to go in there and just love the men. You know, they get enough preaching as, pastors come in, but they don't have the relationships that they need with someone to show them what real Christian love is. And that's what the Lord told me that I was supposed to do. A few weeks ago, I had the opportunity to go to the Martin County Jail and see what the program that Dunklin has down there. It is approximately 10% of the jail population is they house in one pod. It's not like the normal pods. It's just an open dorm. The number one thing in corrections is security. When they do the intake process, when an inmate wants to go into the program, they fill out a request. Someone from the Dunklin comes and interviews them to see if their motives are genuine, if they're just seeking to get a lighter sentence, or if they really want to change their life. And then they make their recommendations to their classification officer, and from there they go into the program. It's a 90-day program. It's run by 4 men, but they're different. They're different peer levels. You've got the peer pod monitor, the peer assistant pod monitor, and then it goes down to big brothers, and then facilitators, and then other members of the community. But that's what it is. It's a community. It's fellowship in its genuine form, like the church was called years ago in the first church was in Acts. It was a community, a fellowship. It was pure koinonia. It was they wake up at 5 a.m. every day, and they have breakfast. Then they have a Bible study for about 45 minutes, which is optional. From 7:15 to 8 in the morning is locked down for shift change. From 8 to 8:45, they journal, and about that time is when the staff from Dunklin starts coming in when they're finishing up their journaling. When they get done with that, they have different days have different things, but they have praise and worship one day. They have sociograms, which they get 2 positive and 2 negative votes by their peer members. They're say what's going on in this past week, and you get 2 positive votes and 2 negative votes, and then they have write a written response to that the next day. If any, like, how's any feelings? They try to work out problems in there before they get back on the street. Give you a few statistics. In 2006, they had 77 participants. 20% graduated the program. 73 of the participants were not rearrested. 27% were. In 2007, they had 46% program graduates out of 100 participants. 80% were not rearrested. 20% were. In 2008, 145 participants. 22% graduated. 92% did not get rearrested, with 7 or 8% did. And in 2009, they had 30% of the program graduates with 206 participants. 98% were not rearrested. That speaks volumes in the secular rehabilitation programs. Dunklin refers to this as a regeneration program. Rehabilitation is to return to a former state, and some of our former states were worse than when we were on drugs and alcohol. Regeneration is to return to turn into a new form, to become a new creature. With the recidivism rate and the secular rehabs being 97.5%, 98%, that's your rearrest rate. So if any way possible, there's, to get a program like this in your jail system would just do nothing but better your community. Thank you, and I appreciate your time.
Thank you, Brother George. That's the reason why we wanted to talk about the jail side. If we go in hand with that, that's on the outside.